The Yang sect. Overview. According to the currently known intelligence, the Yang sect has a complicated historical background and is extremely well versed in the knowledge of the supernatural. It is believed that they are a small organization with a number fixed to redacted members. Although they claim to be a branch of Taoism, the members take on the appearance of Chinese Taoists. They do not exhibit any characteristics of dogmatic religion, but are instead notable for their complex understanding of Chinese feng shui, geomancy, and alchemy, as well as knowledge of ancient Chinese culture and ceremonial tea. Anomalous objects that are related to Yang sect are usually anomalous areas, buildings/structures, literature, and tools pertaining to Chinese alchemy. Some documents suggest that the organization may have been involved in multiple large historical events, not restricted to just those related to Chinese history. Information that is left by members of the Yang sect are generally recognized to be reliable and even of great value. However, considering they are written in a lyrical form of classical Chinese prose, Foundation personnel should report these messages to the Foundation's expert panel immediately for analyzing procedures. Interpretation without formal knowledge of how to read the messages is forbidden, since members of the Yang sect are skilled in escaping in occult invisibility. Capturing their members without sufficient preparation is not recommended. Current knowledge shows that their stronghold, which was redacted, was located in a concealed valley in the Noyang Mountain. Alright, Cheery. How many SCPs are connected to it?
To the Yang sect?
Yeah, how many?
4?
Nope. Technically 3, some are stories.
I don't count the stories.
So yeah, 3.
So, you were close.
Yeah.
Okay, I was 1 off.
Also, how much longer were y'all planning to do this for tonight?
I have no limit tonight.
Okay.
So we're limited by Hatchet.
Yes.
Yeah, because I was gonna say that I'm getting pretty friggin' socialed out.
Alright. So
that's fair.
I guess then we'll end it after this group.
Yeah. It's not an issue.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright. Alright. Item SCP-CN-204, Object Class Euclid. Alright, Special Containment Procedures. SCP-CN-204 is a naturally occurring phenomenon. There are no means of containing it. What? It sounds more like Keter than Euclid.
Yeah.
Anyways. Foundation weather satellites are carrying out constant monitoring of the complete weather conditions in all areas of China. All sites located in China containing humanoid anomalies must be outfitted with weather monitoring systems. All weather information retrieved must be updated hourly. As SCP-CN-204 has caused the deaths of approximately redacted humanoid anomalies, to date, all humanoid containment cells must be designed with lightning resistance in mind, in order to be situated as far away from other structures as possible.
Bro, what?
This anomaly just purely attacks other humanoid anomalies.
With lightning?
If it is discovered that this SCP-CN-204 is targeting any humanoid anomaly in the Foundation's custody, the target is to be immediately brought to an uninhabited, empty location to prevent lightning damages to the facility. As it is suspected that the anomaly may occur in any location within China, and that the anomaly's existence has become known to other organizations, Mobile Task Force Beta CN-33 weather radar has been stationed in locations throughout China in order to allow them to reach the affected locations and contain CN-204A. As the rate at which the phenomenon occurs has been steadily decreasing, the Foundation is convinced the excessive rate of lightning strikes is due to a global climatic anomaly. Description: SCP-CN-204 is a phenomenon responsible for a series of anomalous lightning strikes, 95% of which have occurred within China. The color of the lightning induced by this phenomenon is typically white or pink, but has been observed to be black on redacted separate occurrences. The voltage and amperage of such lightning strikes is similar to other lightning strikes, but the damage caused by the anomaly is marked more severe. CN-204 can occur regardless of the weather. However, the situations under which it occurs are always situations where lightning strikes would otherwise occur naturally. Of note is that implements such as Faraday cages and lightning rods are significantly limited in their ability to mitigate the effects of CN-204. It is currently unclear what mechanism produces this limitation. When CN-204 occurs, regardless of the weather conditions, a large mass of storm clouds will manifest in the span of a few minutes, and lightning will repeatedly strike towards the target, -A. The lightning strikes will continue for a period of time before finishing. Using weather control to disperse the storm clouds is thought to be impossible, as they will immediately reform in the same location. According to records, CN-204-A are human subjects possessing anomalous abilities. Based on investigation into their previous activity, -A were not born with these properties but acquired them later in life. CN-204 will manifest targeting these individuals sometime after gaining their anomalous properties, with the observed time spans ranging from 1 week to redacted years. In addition, when CN-204 manifests, the anomalous properties of the targeted CN-204-A will begin to permanently increase in intensity up until the lightning strikes cease. This process will lead to, -A losing control of their anomalous properties. It is unknown whether the increase in anomalous properties caused CN-204's manifestation or vice versa. If the target is killed during the process, the anomaly will dissipate immediately. Statistics show that due to the anomaly's existence, the rate of survival for -A is less than 1%. Really? I wonder why.
Infinite lightning for target of storm.
Those who survive the anomaly sustain irreversible physical or psychological damage. The Foundation has not yet discovered a means of preventing or avoiding this damage. If the -A incident remains living after the end of the event, it will not become a target of CN-204 again in its lifetime. Although the Foundation has no means of determining whether a human or humanoid anomaly is an instance of -A, it has been noticed that 1 to 5 hours before occurrence of CN-204, the targeted -A will data expunge. The Foundation's Chinese branch first observed CN-204 in Redacted City on 19 redacted, followed by an explosion it caused. Following this, Foundation employed the cover story lightning strike on a gas station causing an explosion and hypnotized all witnesses. Which means it was shooting so much lightning it blew up the area.
Wild.
Oh, there's a video. Oh.
Oh.
I was hoping it would be an actual video.
Aw.
I mean, to be fair, unless that said video was given subtitles, we wouldn't be able to understand it.
True. Note 1, this video was obtained after Foundation's first discovered CN-204's existence. Note 2, all relevant civilians have been anesthetized. Subject CN204-redacted. Nose properties. The fingernails of the object can grow rapidly. What? Location, redacted city outskirts at the foot of the mountain. Lightning period, 3 minutes. Recording. A subject is riding on a bicycle. Storm clouds form over the subject. Lightning strikes next to the subject several times, causing him to slip off his bicycle. Subject's anomalous qualities begin to change. Subject's skins begin to secrete a substance that transforms into keratin upon exposure to air. Subject appears to have accustomed to the change in anomalous properties. At this point, lightning directly strikes the subject, causing the subject to uncontrollably twitch on the ground. Subject regains consciousness and produces several centimeter thick layer of keratin to protect itself from further lightning strikes. A stronger lightning strike hits the subject, followed by yet another lightning strike. Lightning storm ends. Subject is not rescued and dies.
God damn.
Damn. Damn. What is this SCP?
So they just watch someone die? Like, interesting.
Oh my god. Alright. Oh no, I see the next one. This is bad. Subject CN204-redacted. Anomalous properties. Increased ability to recover from injury.
Oh no.
Location: a rodent redacted city. Lightning period 1 minute 53 seconds. Recorded. Subject is walking. Lightning strikes the subject. Not next to him or anything. Immediately strikes. Subject gets up from the ground. Wounds sustained from the subject rapidly heal. A second lightning strike causes the subject to fall onto the ground. Subject gets up from the ground. Subject's anomalous properties begin to strengthen. Subject's rate of healing increases significantly. Lightning continues to strike the subject multiple times, but the subject heals immediately. Subject escapes to a nearby residential building. An extremely strong lightning strike hits the entrance of the building, causing it to collapse. Redacted people, including the subject, die. This storm is spiteful.
It's just
The storm was just pissed at him and just struck until he died? God damn.
Did the GOC make this storm?
That's a good joke, actually.
Hi, Chew. Subject SCP-CN204-redacted. Knows properties. Ability to control airflow. Location: Site CN06. Empty space and humanoid containment area. Lightning period 30 minutes. Oh my god. Recording. Research conducts testing on subject's anomalous abilities. Storm clouds begin to form. Experiment is cancelled. All personnel return indoors. Lightning strikes the roof, followed by another strike, then that hits the backup generator. Subject appears pained. It is suspected that the subject's abilities have begun to alter. Area around the site begins to experience storm winds. All other personnel have already established a safe distance. Subject loses control of anomalous ability, creating a redacted level windstorm. Wind subsides, storm clouds are blown away. Subject claims to have understood his powers. Storm clouds reform. The subject uses his abilities to disperse them. Storm clouds reform directly above the subject's head. Subject panics and requests assistance from the Foundation personnel. However, at the rate of lightning strikes rapidly increased, and he attempts to push the subject into failure.
Oh.
From 7 minutes 12 seconds to 30 minutes 2 seconds. During this period, the subject dispersed the lightning clouds for redacted times, attempted to use his abilities to carry himself out of the area under the redacted cloud. under the clouds of redacted times. However, the storm clouds apparently reformed above his head within seconds. Subject was eventually hit by lightning and killed. Oh my god! It is
It's
the
like
most spiteful SCP I have read.
I feel like every time someone tries to not die by it, it gets just angry and goes more intensely.
Oh my god. Alright. Subject CN204-redacted anomalous properties. Interference with vision of human subjects within 10 meters. Location, plane, and redacted China. Lightning period 1 minute 30 seconds. Recording. Subject is filming. Rain clouds begin to appear. Foundation containment personnel are deployed to the scene. During this period, members of the Global Occult Coalition, Chaos Insurgency, Serpent's Hand, Galactic Federation, several other anomalous organizations also appear at the scene. GOC and Serpent's Hand members begin exchanging fire. That makes sense. Foundation personnel are caught in an attack from Chaos Insurgency. Galactic Federation personnel attempt to capture the subject in the confusion, but are stopped by the Chaos Insurgency and Serpent's Hand. Foundation personnel call for mobile task force support, leaving the situation out of control. Lightning strikes the subject, but the subject survives. The Federation members attempt to sneak attack the GOC personnel. Teaming up with the Serpent's Hand members successfully extinguish GOC presence. They are caught up by an attack from the Chaos Insurgency. Foundation containment personnel leaving the scene suddenly attack the Serpent's Hand members, drawing heavy fire from the Serpent's Hand members. MTF attempts to contact containment personnel, but does not receive a reply. GOC personnel take the opportunity to recover from the attack and stage a counterattack. MTF arrives and opens fire on Galactic Federation personnel, incurring heavy losses on the Federation side. Chaos Insurgency and Serpent's Hand forces exchange fire. GOC forces produce heavy weapons begin indiscriminately attacking all other factions. A suspected Serpent's Hand leader produces a protection sigil-like object that produces a blue light. All weapons at the scene cease to function. All task force rushes Chaos forces and attacks in melee combat. All other personnel except for the subject join in the melee. Blue light from protection sigil fades, and a GC operative's gun accidentally fires and strikes the subject's head, mortally wounding the subject. Note, all survivors claim to have seen a fearsome image. Later analysis revealed that the following lightning strike, the subject gained the ability to project its thoughts onto humans within 1 kilometer, causing hallucinations in all 5 senses. In addition, the video shows that the various groups of interest have discovered the existence of this anomaly. I suggest creating a mobile task force specifically to deal with this kind of situation. Dr. L. redacted. Request approved. 05 redacted. Oh my god. Alright. We have an experiment log, apparently.
How are they able to experiment with a storm that doesn't listen and doesn't like?
I already see ahead. Note 1. The test log records the Foundation's attempts to decrease the mortality rate in -A. Note 2. As the full log is overly long, the following consists of excerpts. Subject CN204-redacted, anomalous properties. Ability to return to a healthy state after death. Procedures implemented, none. Recording. Lightning strikes a subject, killing them immediately. Storm clouds begin to disperse. Subject revives. Storm clouds immediately begin reforming. A second lightning strike hits the subject, killing them immediately. Storm clouds once again begin to disperse. Subject dies and revives for redacted times. Time required to revive decreases and the process continues. Black lightning hits an object. The subject does not die. CN204 ceases. Now the subject reveals that other than entering a vegetative state, the subject is capable of healing any damage, whether physical or psychological. Oh my god. The storm made him put him in a vegetative state because I couldn't kill him.
God damn.
What is with this SCP? Subject SCP-CN-204. Anomalous properties. Subject is capable of infinite self-replication, with copies possessing the same ability and being controlled by the consciousness. Procedures implemented. Each copy of the subject is placed in a separate lightning-proof car and autonomously driven to various locations. Recording. All copies of the subject board the cards, which begin to plan their respective routes. Storm clouds begin to form, covering an area of redacted square meters. Controller orders cars to increase in speed. Storm clouds increase further in coverage. Lightning begins to strike each of the cars. Subject's abilities increase, requiring only a few milliseconds to replicate. Several hundred lightning strikes each hit different cars, passing through the window screen and causing an explosion in each car. Spammers escape the car and hide, continuously self-replicating, and attempt to block out the lightning. A large-scale lightning storm occurs over the redacted area. Rate of lightning strikes increases to up to redacted times per second. All copies of the subject are killed.
How spiteful can a storm be?
What the fuck?
I'm not sure how. I mean, I thought it was spiteful before, but damn.
Oh my god. Subject SCP-204 dash redacted. Anomalous properties. Ability to control the direction of gravitational force affecting him. Procedures implemented. Subject is sent to space in a rocket. Recording. Data expunged.
Oh.
It followed. What the fuck?
It followed him into space and bad things happened.
Alright. Alright. Next subject. Anomalous properties. Immunity to electric shocks under 10,000 volts. Procedures implemented. Subjects kept in a bunker 2,000 meters underground. Recording. Storm clouds begin to form. Lightning constantly strikes the ground, creating a deep pit in the ground. Rate of lightning strikes begin to decrease. Subject becomes able to withstand electric shocks of up to 1 MV. Ambient temperature in the bunker anomalously increases. Storm clouds begin to form inside the bunker. Storm clouds fill the bunker. Camera is destroyed. Recovery team reaches the bunker. Subject is already dead. Autopsy reveals that the subject died of burns from high temperature electrified gas.
God damn.
And the last subject. Anomalous properties. Subject is capable of obtaining information unknown to current human science by an unknown method. Procedures implemented. Subject was shown all information relating to CN-204 available to the Foundation, instructed to produce a device that prevents CN-204 from harming -A. Device construction was overseen by redacted agents and researchers. Redacted days later, the subject produced a roughly 1 meter tall pillar-like metal object, which when activated could produce a hemispherical protective barrier, 10 meters in radius, which completely prevents free electrons from passing through it. Recording. Storm clouds begin to form. Devices activated. Lightning strikes the barrier, but is blocked. Following this, the rate of lightning strikes begins to increase continuously, but the barrier continues to protect the subject. High-speed photography shows that the barrier has been struck by lightning redacted times. 2, 3, 4.
Oh!
Oh my god! It blocked each time. The device continues to function properly. It's suspected that each time lightning strikes the barrier, a part of the energy is absorbed by the device. Lightning stops. Storm clouds begin to rapidly increase in area. Lightning strikes from the ground up to the sky, hitting the subject. The subject dies. The device immediately ceases to function. Foundation personnel attempt to turn it on, but fail. The device has been sent to a reverse engineering team for further analysis. It went.
God, how spiteful!
Oh no. Note, according to the information gained from the Abnormality Institute, the Kuei sect was aware of CN-204's existence as early as redacted and had used it to data expunged. The information also showed that up until 19 redacted, CN-204 had not manifested for redacted years. This group of interest used the SCP!
Probably to kill people. I don't see what else you could use it for. It's a spiteful asshole.
This is... What is with this SCP?
Well, if the thing it wants to kill doesn't die, it's angry. And it won't stop until it gets what it wants.
Okay, apparently the next SCP is just a fucking table.
Well, as long as it's not a murderous table, I think that's fine.
I swear to fuck if it's murderous. Item SCP-CN-440, Object Class, Safe. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-CN-440 is contained on a high-value item locker in Site CN-71. Access to the item is restricted to Level 3 CN-440 personnel only. When conducting testing, CN-440 and a set of standard Huangdong Mahjong tiles are to be placed in a standard temporary humanoid containment chamber at Site CN-71. And at least one member of personnel with level 2 CN-440 clearance and 3 members of personnel with at least level 2 clearance are to play a round of Mahjong on a table. As there are currently sufficient personnel for testing, all requests to use CN-440 for non-research purposes will be rejected. When using CN-440, aside from a region with a radius of 5 centimeters around CN-440 itself, the rest of the room is to be kept below a light level of 50 LM. All personnel who have reported seeing CN-440-8 instances while playing Mahjong using CN-440 and have passed psychological evaluation can be granted level 2 CN-440 clearance. Arrangements will be made for these personnel to carry out testing involving communication with -8 instances. In order to prevent a reoccurrence of incident CN-440, a maximum of 2 personnel with level 2 CN-440 clearance may use CN-440 at one time. Description: CN-440 is a traditional style Mahjong table discovered by the Foundation in a flat in Yau Mei Tai, Hong Kong, after reports of a haunted Mahjong table surfaced. Under most conditions, besides the marker signifying each player, the 4 players' Mahjong are denoted by the 4 cardinal directions arranged in an inverted compass. The east player is always the dealer, being fixed on one side of the table. CN-440 has no significant differences from a standard Mahjong table. However, when the table is placed in a room with flight level under 50 LM, and 4 players play a game of Hong Kong-style Mahjong on it, all players will claim to be able to see 4 pairs of translucent hands, one at each corner of CN-440. These hands cannot be recorded on video. These hands cannot be physically touched, but will substitute the players in receiving chips or money and shuffle the tiles at the beginning of each round. Out of the players who have used CN-440, approximately 15% have been able to see these hands connected to 4 feminine entities wearing Hong Xing Hang Tan college uniforms, designated -A-1 through -A-4, and activate the -A instance corresponding to the seat they are using. Each -A occupies one side of the table, and each stand behind the players, with both hands extended to participate in the game. No rule has been determined for which subjects are capable of seeing these entities. According to descriptions provided by players who can see -A, their bodies and clothes are in a severe state of decomposition and damage, and similarly to the hands appearing on the tables, they are translucent and incorporeal. Of note is that these 4 entities do not have heads. The section where their heads would connect to their necks appears to be a non-translucent flag. Alright, activated CN440-8 instances are capable of fluent communication in Cantonese, English, and Mandarin, and will interact with players in the seats they are standing behind who are capable of seeing them, providing them with the suggestions as to what tiles to discard and whether to call chows. A channel is a set of 3 suited tiles in conservative numeric values, for instance of 4, 5, or 6 characters, or pungs. A pung is a set of 3 of the same tile, for instance 3 of the red tiles. They are also seemingly capable of hearing external sounds, but their speech can only be heard by the person they are standing behind. Although the other players cannot converse with these entities, recording devices are fully capable of recording their speech. Playing recording to CN440-A suggestions allows players to more easily win. Winning in Mahjong is achieved by completing one's hand, typically with 4 melds, either chows or pungs, optionally kongs, and a pair of eyes, 2 identical tiles. However, their style of play differs between each entity. -A entities appear to be capable of communicating with each other, however, no recording of this has been successfully taken. Addendum CN440. Note, irrelevant discussion pertaining to the game has been excised. So far, I haven't seen where... Alright, position east, height 139 centimeters. Effect on player. Affected player will win with higher scoring hands in the first few rounds of the game. The effect will slowly fade as time goes on. Interview log. Interviewer Dr. Redect. Begin recording. Hello, CN440-A-4. Hello there. Wait, that's not my name. And how shall I refer to you? Well, call me whatever you like then. Do you not know your own name? I can't remember. I can remember everything, just not my own name. Then you remember why you manifest at this table. Of course. We are spirits of Mahjong who live in this table. Spirits of Mahjong. Yes, that's right. We accompany you in playing the game, chat with you, and help you make this boring game a little less boring. That's what the boss said. Wait, who's this boss of yours? Did he turn you into what you are now? Boss is the boss. A very good boss. Don't talk about him like it's some villain. Pung, pung, pung. Really, grab that tile. Omitted. After that, throw the 3, no. Oh wait, wrong place. After that, throw the 3, no, the 7 of characters. What happened? Seems to me like you're tired. I'm hungry, so I can't focus. Do you even need to eat? No, we don't need food, but having an empty stomach is so hard to bear. If we had burritos, that would be great. I'd be back at my best in a bit. Do you like burritos? Yes, they're my favorite. I first saw them in the comics, and after having one, I just want to keep going, you know? I started playing Mahjong because of that comic, too. Really? Hasn't anyone come to bring you food? No one. Most people run away screaming when they see me. And my sisters, I don't even have time to ask them for food. And next time I'll bring you a burrito, alright? Really? Thank you. But, well, how are you gonna eat it? Not a single bite, of course. Is there a problem? Wait, what did I do? Oh. In recording. Note, following this, Dr. Redactor requested to refine -A-1 a burrito on our next test to determine -A-1's ability to influence the player. This was objective for safety reasons. What did I do? Alright. Position, south, height 56 centimeters, effect on player, affected player will become more often. Weight on Dio, second tower with a pair of eyes, or Shongdong. The middle tile in a channel's such as the 2 sticks when one has the 1 and 3 sticks. When waiting for tiles, win the game. Interview log. Interviewer, agent redacted. Begin recording. Hello, CN440-A-2. Please just call me Miss Chairperson. This is the company's rule. I seek your understanding. I know you have many questions to ask me. Call me Miss Chairperson, or I will not answer. Alright, Miss Chairperson. Can you tell me how you became a spirit of Mahjong? Spirit of Mahjong? Do you mean immortal the table? -A-1 said you were the spirits of Mahjong. Plus the immortal the table makes me think you're one of the spirits that shows up when you do a ritual. Where's to the calling of Texian Bodhisattva, a ritual in Chinese folk religion. Are you talking about a girl on the east side? She always forgets the right names. Don't worry about her. As for a ritual, I never heard of any such thing. Our boss always said that we were the immortals of the Mahjong table. That I definitely know. -A-1 also mentioned a boss. Can you tell me more about this boss? Boss, he wears a gray like a worn-out gangster. He looks like he hadn't stopped to freshen up in years. When in darkness, he shines like a light. The darkness? Where were you then? At that time, I was already dead, so I can't say where I was. I didn't go to heaven, and I didn't go to hell. I went to this dark place, with nothing there. It was so boring. And then you met this boss. That's right, he found me and asked me, are you searching for a good time? How else was I to respond? I've been waiting for a long time. You were waiting for this for a long time. My precognition had...
Okay, which one of your cats is that? That's possibly the loudest in all the recordings I've heard you a cat get. It's impressive.
I'll continue now. My precognition's always been on point. Why else do you think I always wait for Dandayo and Shangdong in recording? Position west, height 150 or 45 centimeters. Effect on player. Affected player will show a preference for Kongs. A Kong is a set of all 4 of the same tile in the game, such as all 4 of the Ace Twins, and will achieve Gang Shang Zemo, completing a winning hand with a Kong, more often than the average. Interview log. Interviewer researcher redacted. Began recording. Now, when researcher redacted began the game, he noticed a book with an eligible title and similar qualities to -A entities floating in front of -A-3, whose pages flipped every 12 seconds on average. Hello, -A-3. Hello, sir. Do you remember what your last moments were? Sir, actually, you don't have to be so euphemistic. I'm very well aware that I'm dead. You want to ask me how I died and came here, yes? Yes. It was after school. Me and my sister and our best friends were waiting for the bus. Something happened and a bus crashed into the bus stop. I only managed to push my sister out of the bus stop, and after that, I got pushed. In the end, besides all of us screaming and that kind of horrible sound you hear when mincing meat, I couldn't hear anything else. After that, I found myself in the darkness. The rest, well, your people heard it from the South Lady. And did you recognize the other 3 immortals at the table while you were alive? Actually, they were my 3 sisters who were waiting at the bus stop with me. We're like old friends. In that case, before we came, were any people you talked to? Most people got scared off the second they saw our hands. Not even considering the people who could see the rest of us. There was this one time 4 really scary priests came to see us. They were the only people I talked to before you came. Which is to say you were scared of those priests. Yes, as soon as they approached, we felt like they were being suppressed. Since we're bound to this table, we can't go too far from it. At that time, I was scared, so scared I couldn't speak. So what did they tell you? They said they were from the Orthodox Kuei sect and were here investigating a haunting in this area. The priest by my side even said he wanted to have me exercise. And then, like how my sister on the north seat managed to persuade what looked like their leader. They didn't want to exercise us anymore, so they played another round and left. 3 days later, you took the table here.
Thank you for cooperation. Information you provided is of great help to us.
You don't have to thank me. As long as you keep playing Mahjong with us, I think that's enough.
So,
Yeah?
how long have you been reading this SCP? Or like the stuff for this group?
Quite a bit.
Yeah, 'cause pretty sure I passed out for it.
Oh.
Does that mean your cat was meowing while you were asleep?
I think he's what woke me up.
Oh. Well, he was also loud enough to where I think he was the loudest cat on any stream so far.
Luckily, most information for this group with this SCP happens right now. So that's good. Alright, position north, height 152 centimeters. Effect on player. Affected player will collect tiles of the same suit, often producing.
How about we
guys?
rate the group?
Well, we don't know how they interacted with this table. Like this
It
discusses.
sounds like they literally took the spirits of dead people and put them in a table.
I don't think it was them because they went to exercise. I don't think they're the boss.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah. Anyways. Guys. Which is a winning hand, a combination of only suited tiles of one suit and unsuited on the tiles. Or guys. A winning hand with only suited tiles with the same suit and no honor tiles. Wins. Interview log. Interviewer, agent redacted. Begin recording.
Hello. -A-4.
Just call me A4. That destination is far too long.
Alright, A4. According to what A-3 said, you managed to convince some priests of the Kuei sect not to exercise you. Is that correct?
Yes, we're not demons after all. We're only immortals of the table who help people feel satisfied when playing Mahjong. Visiting them wasn't hard.
So besides these, what else did those priests say?
They said before they left that they wanted to take us to a more suitable place. 3 days later, you came and took us here.
Was there anything else they said?
They told us to tell our supervisors the following. Immortals of the table manifest 2 is beautiful, 3 is dangerous, 4 will be stopped quickly. Too much is just as bad as too little. Remember this at all costs. What do you think this means, sir?
I think this means there shouldn't be 3 people like me sitting here playing.
Is that saying the 4 of us sisters can't play together? That's so boring.
Do you not normally compare notes with each other on how to play?
We can't. Besides shuffling, we cannot directly interfere with the game and can only feel the joy of playing Mahjong through making suggestions to you, the players. If nobody sees us, there's nothing we can do.
In that case, have you ever had a game where more than one player could see you?
Only that time with the priest. The one sitting with me and the one sitting in the south chair. Those 2 could see us. It's been so long since I traded tips with the chairperson. That was possibly the most refreshing game I've played.
Are you close to A-2?
Yes, the glasses I'm wearing were from the shop she introduced to me.
But you don't have a head. How do you wear glasses?
Lies, our head had always been here. How can you say something like that? I'm not talking to you anymore. Until the game ended, A4 refused any attempts at conversation. So the previous one, the group was used a dangerous anomaly, to say the least. And this one, they were just trying to get rid of a demon. What they thought was a demon.
The dead people in the table?
Yeah. So they did something really awful and, well, tried to do something good, so I don't know. So do you put them in neutral?
I, like I said, I don't. I was. This is on YouTube. I literally passed out for
Yeah, Hatchet passed
majority of
out. They
this.
wouldn't
Yeah.
know. Our
That's
only
fair.
thing is, so our only interactions with them so far was them trying to exorcise dead people out of a table and using a spiteful lightning spirit to kill people.
Yeah. Alright. So I just wanted to do this right here real quick for next SCP. According to intelligence gathered from the Quang set, if CN675 were to operate without error, the final product of -1 should be a Kit Kat chocolate bar with normal packaging and appearance, with twice the size of normal Kit Kat chocolate, and the production date reading December 31st, 2008. Due to relevant text of the stone tablet being ineligible and the lack of relevant intelligence, it is currently unknown what the effects of ingesting a normal -1 would be. What? Skills regarding the relationship between insect and Nestle S.A. Roundtree Professional Company have yielded no valuable leads. Okay, so apparently this is a chocolate SCP.
Wait, what?
Or yeah, it's candy. Or something like that. Yeah, it that's one of his instinct from normal Kit Kat chocolate. In both composition taste, only difference being imprint bearing the words Hershey's on the object corresponding to Hershey's milk chocolate product. Yeah, this SCP is just chocolate, but you have to do it. But it's odd in these circumstances. All right, so I'm gonna try. I'm thinking it's mainly in the neutral categories. Only one they did something really awful. Because the last one they just gave information. Here they just try to get rid of a demon. Well, what they thought was a demon. And the last one they used a storm. I mean, the first one used a storm. So what do you think, Jerry?
Well, they use lightning to murder people, but they also like tried to help the spirits attached to the table, and I did not really listen to the chocolate for some reason.
Yeah, they're basically just saying if done in a specific way, you'll get a Nestle chocolate bar. They basically gave information for that SCP.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they were the one who gave the Foundation information on how to do that with the SCP.
With the chocolate SCP?
Yes.
What was the chocolate SCP? Like I said, I spaced out.
Just this one. Base. Alright. Didn't actually. Alright. I didn't actually read what the description was. I just went over down here where what talked about the group. To be quick so Hatchet can go rest. But anyway, CN675 is a device composed of a gold-plated pipe with twists in complex shapes, splitting off and rejoining itself multiple points, with a ground area of 5 by 5 meters and height of 3 meters. The diameter of the pipe at its maximum is reported to be 100 millimeters and a minimum of 20 millimeters. Tests on the structure suggest that it dates over 500 years ago. So, depending on how long you play the pipe, you can get certain items. Get the chocolate bar, which isn't odd, but yeah,
Okay.
I'm guessing chaotic neutral.
You know what? Yeah.
There you are. There we go.